Good morning, welcome to Planet Mojo. I have a full day of insulating today, but the first thing I'm going to do, now that I have some light on it, is show you exactly why you need foam insulation in the rat pockets when you're insulating a post frame. All right. Now that we have a little more light on the subject, you can see that we have, it looks like maybe a quarter or maybe 3/8 of an inch of ice in this pocket. This pocket was bone dry, so I'm thinking that was from snow blowing in here. We had snow that blew into a whole bunch of these pockets on this side of the building, and that may have been it. But something's stopping it from draining back out. Not really sure what's going on with this one, but that's why you have the XPS foam at the bottom of the pockets. With 4 inches of basically waterproof foam in the bottom of these pockets, if the water does back up, and that's a definite possibility because of ice damming, you get snow a little ways away from the building, and that freezes up and turns to ice, and then you get a snow and it drips water on this side of the ice, and then it builds up water on the outside. This may not be a perfect solution, but it's dramatically better than running fiberglass down into the bottom of the pockets. All right, on this one here, I'm gonna have to put heat on this. I got to figure out why it's not draining out, and that may be because it's solid ice outside. But I need to dry this out. I want the foam to go to the bottom of the pocket, and then what it does after that, I really don't care. Once it's all foamed up like that over there, it should be good to go. All right, I got the heater on this, and it's already starting to melt. A little note on when you're heating something up with a little space heater like this, you don't want to restrict the airflow. This has a perfect airflow going all the way down to the other end, and there's warm air coming out of the other end there, and you don't want to cover the heater at all. This will be just fine. The heater is not warming up, just perfect. And got the same thing on this one. This one right here already has foam sprayed, and it's curing right now. As soon as that's cured, I'm going to move it onto that one over there, and then I think I only have one more move for that. So while all that is happening, I'm going to be cutting this thermal break here and filling these areas behind the columns. Just a tiny little bit of ice right here. And that is it. I'm going to take these towels and soak up all the water. Then I'll put the heater back on it and dry it out. I have to get that rat guard in this crack right here, so I have to make sure that there's no ice down in there. All right, this has been on here for maybe 10 minutes and the pocket is filling back up. I don't know if it's coming up from the bottom or if it's still stuff melting back that way. I'm gonna let this go another, I don't know, maybe 20 minutes and then dry it out again. I went on the outside yesterday to see what was going on out there, and it didn't look like there was a big ice dam out there, but maybe there's just enough. We'll see. In a half hour or so, we'll revisit this and dry it out again and see what's going on up that way. Take this foam off and take a look that way. Right now, I gotta add some foam to that column right there and move the heat down to the end. I had to remove the heater to get this foam behind this column here, and it's pretty much drying out in this area, but there's standing water down here. Let me see if I can get some light on that. Yeah, we have such poor light out here. Yeah, you can probably see it now. Standing water right there, and we have a little bit of ice over here. That really doesn't matter, except that I want the styrofoam to sit nice and tight on the bottom of this. So I think I'm going to put the heater back on it again, dry it out, put the heater back on it again, and then that excluder rat guard stuff, I can put that in whether this is wet or not. And once it's kind of flush on the bottom, I can put the foam in here. Yeah, it's really weird that there's no water at all on this side, and that this side had so much. I'm guessing that's because a bunch of snow blew in here, and then we had ice freeze up underneath here, and the meltwater didn't have any place to go, so it froze up in here, and we still have frozen water underneath this. That's the only thing I can think of that happened. Okay, let me dry this out, get the heater back on it, and with any luck, we'll have some foam in here in a little while. The pest block, the great stuff, it doesn't matter if it's wet when you spray that. And like I said, the excluder stuff, it's not going to matter if it's wet for that either. So this should be good to go in a little bit. All right, I got as far as I could without moving these things, and it is time to move them. These are the two halves of my miter saw table, and each one of them weighs about 200 pounds. They're monstrous. I moved them from that column over to here by bear hugging them, and I don't want to do that again. Well, they can't go back there. The only place I can find that I can put them right now is that column right there, the first one in from the door. So I'm going to grab the cart, move them over there, and then I can get the foam insulation down in this pocket. Show you this real quick before I pull the light out of here. I warmed up this pocket and then spritzed it with water. Then I went around the edges with the foam and then pressed the first piece down in there. Then did it again, pressed the next piece in there, and then went around the edges again. Right at the end of spraying, my reusable nozzle, it just popped right off. I don't know what the heck was with it, but the can was just about empty anyways. The only thing is, I had planned on trying to reuse this on this can. This can just has one of them normal nozzles, so you got to spray the whole can at once. But I believe I can do that tomorrow. Tomorrow it's going to be 45 degrees again, and overnight it's going to be above freezing. So it's going to be really nice in here tomorrow. So what I think I'll do is heat up these two ends here and then get this one sprayed and then rush over to this side. I'll just do it this time of day to show you what the temperature is here. It is 66 degrees over in this corner. It is nice and warm here. So I'll come over here and spray all this stuff that hasn't been sprayed yet. I'll get this foam in here and get it ready. We've got some fairly good sized gaps in here, and I think that'll do it for that can. If not, oh well. And anytime I have left, I'll get the thermal break in this column right here. I think I'll be pushing the end of the day by then. So right now, I need to cut that wood that goes down into this pocket and then get these trimmed to length and get them in there. Can't believe it, I'm running out of day already. All right, I got this last couple pieces of foam in, and you can see it's got fairly good sized gaps. That's because the columns on the front and back are 9 foot on center, and that's a full 8 foot piece, but that's not a problem. We'll fill that with foam. Let me show you what I'm doing tomorrow real quick. We got a soupy mess back here, and we knew this was going to happen. All of the rain and snow melting will come to this area. It'll eventually go right off the edge, but what we're going to do is put like a sump pit right here, and then we'll have a culvert pipe. There's going to be a road going through here. We'll have a culvert pipe going underneath that and going to daylight on the other side of the hill there. Whoa, what a mess. I was trying not to get my shoes in this sticky old mud. This is what I got to work on tomorrow. You could see that the tin was cut a little too long. Oh, I hope that dent comes out. Otherwise, I might have to replace this piece. But what I'm going to do is take my oscillating saw and cut both this and this so that it doesn't touch the concrete. The guys who installed the door said they usually install a piece of this at the bottom and then install this over the top of it so they slide past each other. But the Amish installed it right up to the concrete, and when the concrete heaved, that's what caused this. I got to do that on that side as well. That side's not as bad. But if I don't fix it on this side real soon, this PVC is going to snap. It might be damaged as it is, so I really got to rush on that stuff. I got to get this car back together and get this out of here tonight. And I believe I'm going to take Miss Izzy and go down to the haymow down in the lower pasture down there. We have a sheet of XPS insulation down there, and I can't remember what thickness it is, but whatever thickness it is, I'm going to pull it up here and use it on this. So tomorrow, I'm going to put this incredibly expensive blade on my oscillating tool and get this door fixed real quick. Hopefully it's not damaged. Then I have some thermal brake to put in there, and then I can get back onto this pokey stabby strip. Once I run out of that stuff, then I'll start putting in this fiberglass insulation. So if you want to see that, make sure you subscribe and click on the update icon. If you have any questions or comments, make sure you put them in the comment section below. And if you share the video and or give it a like, it helps the channel out greatly. Thanks for watching and have a great day.